And all of this is fresh in your brain.
Yes, it is. And I I apologize, internet audience, for my appearance. We are renovating our house and they're completely gutting it. So we had to completely get everything out of the house before Monday. So for the past 4 days, I've been back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, throwing everything away and putting stuff in the little storage thing. And it's when I started driving over here, it was like noon, and I've already done 10,000 steps today.
Whoosh.
I'm over it.
Anyways,
But the end result, the ends will justify the means. Hopefully. Hopefully.
okay.
Yeah, so I listened to it while I was doing all that because I didn't have time to sit down and read it, but I listened to it, and oh boy,
Oh
oh
boy.
boy.
Chapters 26 through 30. Back on To Read or Not to
Oh
Read.
yeah, welcome to Read or Not to Read.
We're out of it still. None of this is ever going to make sense in an order, but it's fine.
It's okay. The book itself doesn't make sense, so I reserve the rights to just talk about it willy-nilly any way I want because that's what she does in the writing. Very pertinent information that we have not known the entire book. It's, oh, ding, 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 by the way. Like, it's like she's trying to do a plot twist.
I feel like we would have been better off just leaving this whole book as development because there was a lot of like good information, like good writing details. It was just too much happening in the current world. We should have had like a preliminary book with all this information where we just talk about the childhood and all that.
Yeah.
That leads into this.
It's like the pre-planning for the book became the first book, and then the plot line didn't happen till the last 10 chapters or the last 15 chapters. And it's like, it's like, I don't know if she's trying to go for shock and awe or if that's just what happened. I don't know.
Yeah, because as much
Anyhow.
as I loved Throne of Glass kind of did that too, to like all of this relevant information of who this character is.
That would have been nice to know so I could have rooted for them the whole time or just liked them the whole time. You can't give me the personality of your characters in the last 10 chapters. Like what's the point? You're supposed to give me the personality so I can decide whether I like them or not. Anyhow,
Anywho,
chapter 26.
chapter 26.
We left Ivy off diving behind a couch because Bram banged into the room and is talking to Emmett. And we were both wrong with our predictions. He's definitely there to talk about Ivy.
Definitely there to talk about
Definitely there to
Ivy.
talk about Ivy.
And oh boy, what a conversation about Ivy
Oh boy,
in front of her face.
kind of. She's behind a couch, but she hears everything.
She hears everything. There's nothing hidden. And Emmett knows this. And Emmett is brutal. All of these small little details that she's used about all of her insecurities, and he uses every single one to emphasize why he doesn't want her and why he's been around her to try to hide. Because Bram's 100% like, dude,
Yeah,
all the girls, I want that one. Leave her alone, you whore.
pretty much.
He's not
That's
even
pretty much what
bothered that him and
happens.
Faith is slept together. He's like, I just didn't want you to pick Faith. Like, which is
Can we
so
just
much wrong.
Okay. Emmett's a really good liar. I mean,
Which is really unfortunate
that's
with
not
him being bonded to a person who can't lie.
I mean, that's not really, personality traits that we want in our MMC or our love interest, but this it's what we got. So
I mean, it matches Ivy at this point.
that's true. Okay, so Bram comes in and says, Dude, I just saw you with Ivy. What's going on? I saw you at the boathouse." So Bram's known from the get-go that Emmett and Ivy are sneaking around.
Which makes it so much sadder because he's fighting this like he sees what's
Yeah.
happening and is fighting it and still wants Ivy for her in all reality because she hasn't been doing a good job of being somebody else.
No.
He genuinely likes her for her, and she's
Yeah.
over here like, oh, but the bad boy.
It's
Uh.
it's the worst. Guys, it gets worse. These chapters were hard. Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna blow through the rest of this one because this is the least important chapter by far. But
Yeah, he
yeah,
buffs in, and then Emma says, "No, I don't like her. She's ugly and stupid. I already tried to flirt with one of the Benton sisters. Why would I do that?" And then they leave the room, and Ivy's sitting there behind the couch, going, "Emmett doesn't love me. All those things that he's doing because." Our literal goal in this book is to save the world from the evil queen by getting me to marry Bram, but it hurts my feelings that he's trying to do the plan that we talked about from the beginning. Girl.
and then has the audacity after she leaves the ball to go confront him in his room and be like, "Tell me you mean it, so
Tell
I
me
can
the
get
truth."
over you." And I hate both of them right now. That's the thing. If this would have been written slightly different, like I could have been okay with it. But Bram really loves her.
Yeah.
He really loves her. Like he's over here fussing to the only person he can talk to about her
Yeah.
and like confessing his feelings, and Emma's just lying to his face. Freaking yeah, the devil traitor card that he got pulled on. God. Ugh. Sorry, I've been holding on to this for like a week and she just read it. I have
Kayla
a lot of emotions.
Kayla has yet to learn don't read it until right before we talk about it, because then you're mad about it the whole time.
Whole week.
The whole week.
But yeah, then she's like, boo hoo, whatever. We run away, whatever.
Yeah,
Stupid.
the ball ends, she goes home, and then she again runs away in the night to go sneak off with Emmett. Goes and asks him, "Did you mean what you say, or do you really not love me?" And he's like, "Don't make me tell you," which obviously means I like you, dummy.
Stupid.
Duh. I
Stupid.
just because why didn't he just say that? Why didn't he just say, "Dude, I have to lie to him"? They keep going, "Oh, the plan. Oh, I forgot about the plan. Oh, the whole entire plan of the book, the plot point of the book." The characters weren't informed of the plot point of the book, which is very annoying.
The the characters are too horny to continue the plot.
Girl, they're definitely.
They're too horny to continue the plot, and it's making me mad. Anywho, she runs away. We get a nice little chapter about Greer. It's very informative about Greer, which I wish we would have got sooner, but whatever.
It is. It's very informative about the relationship between her and Ivy. Greer basically always wanted to be Ivy's friend from her point of view, because Greer's mom is strict, 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 strict. You have to do this. And she envied Ivy for being loved by her parents, basically, is what she
Her
is
whole
envious
life
of.
that she got to be free in herself, her
Yeah.
loving sister, loving home, fact that parents get along, which makes me think that there's probably even more going on behind the scenes, and we're being told about the abusive relationship between mother and daughter
Yeah.
at this point. So
Which
lots of fun.
there's only really two places that could have come from. Either her dad abuses her mom too, or her mom's mom abused her that way. Because the way they describe the way her mom hits her, it's practiced. It's done on purpose. It's done in places that don't show, and it's done in a way that'll cause the most pain.
Yeah, probably very much generational trauma there.
Yeah.
Because she sits about sitting there learning at the knee about how to push down my emotions, and I just wish I could have been like Ivy and free and happy and to do whatever.
Yeah.
And then I had to lose Ivy because of the freaking scandal, which sucks. I understand. I'm sure a lot of people in her position in that world don't really have a choice. It's either you go poor with the person that you want to be around, or you stay on top and distance
Yeah.
yourself.
Even if it wouldn't, it would ostracize yourself, which is, I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah, the whole
But
world is stupid.
the world's
Anything
stupid.
with
So,
aristocracy is incredibly stupid.
yeah.
So we're talking about that. She starts escaping to the barn because she wants to be anywhere but by her mother and doesn't have time. She used to not waste, but she used to spend all of her time with Ivy.
Yeah.
Can't spend time with Ivy.
Oh, can we
What are we
also
gonna
not
do?
forget to mention that her mom sold her favorite horse as a
Oh
form of
yeah,
punishment,
for crying about Ivy.
as
Yeah.
a avid horse girl child. That would, that would have been awful. But then, so she has another horse, and so she starts escaping to the barn, and that's where she meets old stable boy.
Well, she meets him again. Apparently, they used to
Yeah.
play. Him and her and Ivy used to play together as children, and she just, I guess, kind of forgot about him, which is very
Yeah, I think her
interesting.
mom kind of made her stop playing with the riffraff servants.
Probably, yeah. Or she would go over to Ivy's house more so that she wasn't there to play with him.
Yeah.
One of the two. Who knows? Um, so we do that. We're like, oh, cute stable boy. Somebody that'll talk to me that won't beat the
Beat the brakes off me, even though we don't know what brakes are. Yeah. So he
beat my
works
bows off me, maybe.
in their like family's livery. He works
Yeah.
on their property.
He sounds like he's almost like a farrier slash tack boy. Takes care of
Yeah.
everything. Which, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, they start hanging out, and as things do, one thing leads to
Oh, they
another.
do more than hang out.
We're not there yet. Slow your roll, man.
Sorry.
Pull the horses back.
What else happened?
Well, they first it's innocent. They start hanging out. He's teaching her how to clean tack to keep her away from her
Oh, well,
mother.
yeah.
And then
It escalates
feelings
quickly.
build. Yes, but it started innocent, and then
It did. She
well,
makes a point of
for
saying,
her.
well, he wouldn't get around to kissing me, so I had to kiss him first.
And then he's like, "But I've loved you forever after that," which is very sweet. I will give him that. It's very, very sweet. And of course, that escalates and
Escalates quickly.
naked and dead and all that kind of
Yeah.
nonsense. Because
Yeah. Apparently, this is the other thing that irritates me a little bit about this. As strict as they make the rules in these books and TV shows about it's like they're using the strictness as like what's the word? As an instigator. But nobody is watching these girls. Not a single person is watching these girls ever. Like they make it sound like, oh, they're so strict. They're this, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as the sun goes down, nobody knows where anybody is, and you can go and do whatever you want. How is she sleeping in the barn with this man and her mother, who is so abusive and strict, and you're going to be the best little girl ever, not know that her daughter is sleeping in the barn? How do you not know that? It's so aggressive. Anywho, we jumped to the day of the rose bargains, and her mom
pack parade and all that.
finds them in the barn
And again,
and beats her up
beats her up where nobody can see it.
while her dad watches, by the way.
So dad's in on it,
Yeah.
which is even worse.
It's just ugh. Gives me the ick. Ugh.
Give me the okay, never mind. Dumb song. Yeah, we get dragged to the packed parade, and then she's like, which honestly, because we've already discussed how Greer's mother dragged her up there, it makes it even more gruesome.
Yeah.
Because she's like, yeah, I think that was supposed to be my extra punishment is that she actually gets to cut me publicly.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel a thing because everything had been taken away from me.
Yeah.
On the bright side, my mother also gave me perfect excuse to, if I fuck this up, I'm free.
Yeah.
Hands off, I'm done. Run away.
And that's basically her plan, is to go be a spinster in her parents' house and just have the stable boy for forever.
Yeah.
And her previous plan to that was she was going to marry the oldest widow she could find. Just wait for him to die.
No. She was going to drag him underneath that roof too to be their stable boy at whatever place she went.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was the plan. Her plan was to get married to the oldest widow possible, so she would be married and have the stable boy still in her house. But she
You
would
just
be
made
married.
it sound like she was going to wait until he was no.
Oh
no,
no,
she
no,
was
no.
going to sleep around.
She was definitely gonna have a
Affair.
what's the boy version of a mistress? A mister? I know what it is. I know what he would be to the guy. He'd be a cuckold, but I don't know what the
Consort, I think, would be the technical
is
name.
it? Okay.
It'll work. Or
Close enough.
consort. Yeah. Well, no, I guess that's royal.
No, that's king consort. Look it up. I want to know. What's the boy version of a mistress? Here.
What is the male version of a mistress?
Gigolo.
We're sticking with gigolo. I like it. Okay.
Lord. What was the one that started with a P?
Paramore.
I like Paramore. Paramore works.
Nah.
It's a great band.
Gigolo.
Gigolo's more fun.
Anyway, so he was going to be her personal Paramore. We'll use Paramore.
Is that why the band's called that?
I don't know. We'll look
Rethinking
at
my
that
entire
later.
teenage years.
Okay, back on track, or else we'll be
Sorry.
here forever. We're always here forever, but we'll be
It's
here even
okay.
longer. Yeah, so her little paramour was gonna be there, but she gets dragged over to all this, and then she
Mhm.
still no one watches these freaking girls.
Nobody. She's still messing around the whole time she's been at this cottage. She's
She's
messing around with Stable
sneaking
Boy.
out every night. Nobody cares about that. The only people that anyone cares is sneaking out is Ivy.
How do
Nobody cares about Olivia.
how do the other girls not know?
Somebody does.
Because
Emmy must just not care because that's who she's in the room with.
have we gotten Emmy's point of view yet? Did we get an Emmy POV? Does this have a chapter?
Not, I don't think like a background one. We only got the one where she went off with Bram, if I'm not mistaken.
We just see their date.
We just see their date.
Okay. So Emmy's apparently just not very astute at her surroundings.
Well, no, it might just be we haven't talked about Emmy.
That's true.
We just haven't talked about Emmy, or Emmy's probably the most normal person of this whole batch that just wants to run away.
Valid.
But yeah, so we go from there.
Yeah.
Then we get our next little torture party. It's great. Love this one, honestly. This is probably
This one
like
was my favorite. I liked it.
I liked it. This was,
It was
great.
great.
It showed so many really important factors about how the family is. But before we get too far into that, so we get dragged off to this. We get brought into our pretty little tea room. And we're like, why is all of our family here?
Yep.
What's going on?
What's up?
Everyone's all their families saying some weird
They
nonsense.
should have figured this out the second they started talking. Like the second her mom said, "Well, I thought you were gonna lose," she should have been like, "Everybody's been given a truth serum."
Yeah, everyone's been given a truth serum by the queen, and they'll all conveniently forget after however long the truth serum holds out for.
The families will, not the
The
girls.
families, not the girls. The girls get to be tortured.
And the queen's there
forever.
sitting watching the whole thing.
Yeah, and she's turned it into beyond a tea party. Is Ivy's description. Like this is a full out like fae party. Like this is how they used to revel, and
Yeah.
way too much food, way too
Yeah.
much wine, kind of creepy decorations with deer skulls and stuff.
The queen's wearing a deer skull crown, which is kind of cool but kind of weird.
Like kind of like Ren Fair
You do you,
vibes.
girl.
Yeah, you do you, girl. I guess. So yeah, we're just sitting there with our families, just waiting to be tortured. Well, not even waiting. You don't have to wait very long for this. But I love this for Ivy. I love this for her.
Yeah.
They really have nothing terrible to say, and they take it as a whole possibility to just clear the air.
Like yeah, she asks her sister again, "Where were you?" Like, and her sister still apparently doesn't know. So
apparently, she says like, all I have is these dreams, which aren't dreams or memories, but whatever. I guess have dreams about memories. It makes it a dream. However you want to translate that, girl, you do.
Oh, the sister's like, "Mom's bored. She likes you better now." And they kind of get into the whole, "You were supposed to marry the next door neighbor kid. Oh, I bear too much weight in the family." I'm like,
I had to be
we
perfect.
couldn't have
so you
talked
could be
about
wild.
this years ago. Come on.
No, honestly, Ivy was being like willingly naive at this point during her entire childhood, because that should have been so easy to see if you really loved your sister that much.
Exactly. They keep trying to put this bond of sisterhood on them, but they don't have it. They don't know each other. So they're not that close.
Yeah, especially because oh my god, I'm forgetting her name. Lydia is like, dude, I was a freaking kid. I thought we were joking for the most part. I was never going to marry him, which doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Why did she entertain everything?
Yeah.
Up until the point he proposed to her? Like, what was wrong with this dude? Like, sure, you had to be perfect your whole life, but you had a dude that liked you for the most part.
And she liked him.
And she seemed to like him, but she just didn't want to do the perfect thing.
Which basically brings us to her bargain, which we still don't know what it is.
Still don't know what it is.
She's like, I saw my life flash before my eyes as a perfect so-and-so.
I just didn't want to be like our mother, essentially, is what I felt like.
Who's not perfect.
who's not perfect.
Who's really dumb.
Hey, look what you created, woman.
Yeah.
You're dumb. Anyways, so over them. But yes, they take this nice little opportunity while everyone else is getting absolutely tortured and like just ripped apart.
Yeah.
They're having this beautiful little conversation that they, why I say beautiful. It's very eye-opening conversation that's very honest and not just intentionally trying to tear each other apart. And mom's just in the freaking La La Land.
They're just having conversations that they should have had a long time ago, and they
Yeah.
can't lie about it.
Yeah. Well,
So, well,
Ivy can't, but
her family can't. Ivy can't.
Ivy doesn't care to lie.
Ivy's like, well,
over
I'm just
it.
going to tell you the truth. This is what I got. So,
Like, this is perfect opportunity. I can just make you tell me anything.
yeah.
So it goes from that, and then Ivy kind of comes out of her own little world. Oh, I would like to clarify before this. Greer and Ivy had had this nice little moment of "I love you. I wish we never
Stop being friends.
stop being friends." And they're currently sitting beside each other at this table. I feel like this is totally relevant to what we're about to discuss because Ivy gets to jump into and hear all the other conversations.
Mhm.
Probably should go from least crazy to on there because I don't think anyone talks about Olivia. I don't think she hears any of Olivia's conversation.
The only two we really start to talk about is Greer and Faith.
Because we talk about Greer because her mom's over there just straight up like listing all of her physical flaws. Like, thanks, mom.
Greer's mother is vicious.
Vicious. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Greer. That was Emmy. Emmy's parents. Well, yes, she is, but that's worse. That one gets worse. I'm sorry, I'm thinking Emmy. Emmy's mom is straight up like picking all her flaws out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it somebody's sister's like, I don't want to be here. I'm scared of you, to the queen?
That wasn't even a sister. That's one of the other debutantes. A shy little some of their friends are there
wasn't
too.
just family. Oh, okay,
It
cool.
wasn't just family.
I kind of glossed over that and was more focused on the rest of this chapter.
No, so sorry. There's other debutantes and stuff there. We don't really hear a lot about them. Olivia's not important. Emmy gets a quick little. Her mom's picking her apart.
Yeah.
Marion, nothing's really going on there. Her sister's like listing out all of her stolen clothes, but you can just steal those back whenever you get home. That's not really a big thing in my eyes. Like,
I
whatever.
totally missed all of that. What? Okay.
This is why I stew on it for a week. And then
one of them tries to leave. I remember that.
yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'll go ahead and take over this chapter because Christina was too busy packing.
I was, sorry, I must missed that. Okay.
And crazily enough, I think Greer's mom understands that she opens her mouth, everything's over for her. I think that's what she understands because she's sitting there quiet, which is very unlike Greer's mother. Very, very unlike Greer's mother.
Yeah, the queen says, got anything to share?
And she's like, you know what? I sure do. And starts going into detail about her daughter's little affair, I guess that technically is what we're going to call that. They're not married, so I guess I don't know if it's we're just going to stick with affair.
It's a love affair, I guess.
It's a love affair.
I think it's,
and essentially ruins her entire reputation to everyone in the room.
Which is, again, all she said was, do you have anything to share? She could have said, the sky's purple or blue or shrimp have hearts in their brains.
They have to tell the truth about what's on their mind. Not only do they have to tell the truth, they were, I'm going to say cursed because I feel like that's the most accurate word here, to not live up to the society norms and just say whatever comes to their mind. Her mom was.
Oh, so it's not just the truth, it's whatever pops in your head. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what she's thinking about.
Which is why, because if not, why would the little girl, Marion's little sister, be listing the things she's stolen? Like.
So it's not question answer.
No.
Gotcha.
No, it's whatever they want to talk about. Because at the same time, Faith's grandmother and father is just ripping her to shreds too.
That part was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's like they're just talking all sorts of nonsense over there. But yeah, Greer's mother tears her apart. And the queen just is livid at this point, and Greer tries to run away.
Greer's mom goes to the point of her reputation has been sullied beyond like repair. She goes hard on there. But she lets Greer go.
Yes, because
Greer leaves. Somebody tries to leave before this, and the doors are like, no. And the queen says you have to be there for an hour.
I think Emmy tries to run away first, if I'm not mistaken.
One of the weepy ones tries to run away.
after that, Queen's like, "You don't need to be here. You're in love with somebody else. Get out here."
Well, she got her fun. That was the biggest secret that they could have possibly told. So the queen's like, "Entertain me, do
You
puny
entertained me.
humans."
You entertained me. You can go, I
Yeah,
guess,
you can
because
go
you're
now.
definitely not marrying my son, you little whore. Um,
I don't even think the queen cares that much.
she does to an extent. I'm very curious about what's going to happen next. I cannot wait for these last 5 chapters as much as they're probably going to make me so mad. But yeah, so we do that. And then Faith's dad's like, "Oh, um, I have something to top that." And Miss Little Ivy has had enough of it. So stands up in the middle of the food, which is already a huge freaking like it's a good thing no one's gonna remember because this is not proper. Not proper at all. Anyway, so Ivy does the proper thing, well, the improper thing to save Faith, which is great. Love this for her. This is actually a very honorable moment. Stands up and distracts everyone, like, "I kissed the prince! I kissed the prince!" And gets everybody rewired back onto normal gossip versus tearing apart each other
Yeah,
because all of these people are freaking vicious.
yeah,
Vicious. And then the queen's like, "Okay, hour's up. Y'all can go run away."
yeah. I've been sufficiently entertained. Goodbye.
So, Ivy and Lydia try to run off and have a normal conversation and like make up. We run into Emmett and Bram, run away from Emmett and Bram after they invite him to go hang out. Bram doesn't accept that. Bram is obsessed with Lydia. I don't know what's going on there, but he is obsessed with her. Every time she's mentioned, he's absolutely obsessed. But then
Yeah, because he doesn't.
I almost feel like something happened between Bram and Lydia, and he's also been magicked into not remembering.
I don't know, but like so Ivy and Lydia are walking together, and Bram says, "Oh, hey Lydia." Ivy's not even here. "Hey Lydia, do you need to ride home?" Like completely ignoring Ivy, which he has no reason to. If he's that obsessed with her, why does he talk to Lydia
There's some
first?
magic happening in there. There has to
There's
be.
there's some weird. There's some weird going on there.
There's something weird going on there. So we did that. He like almost forcibly like, "Come here,"
Come here, I'm taking you home.
in the
That's what
sweetest way
what you do, whether
possible.
you want to or not.
In the sweetest, Bramist way possible, which is very interesting.
Which, of course, Ivy points out, "Oh, he's so endearing. Even in my hour of need, he's just so nice to the person I love the most." Girl, you don't know your sister. You cannot love someone you do not know. Anyhow,
Did you decide if it was a Faith chapter or if we're going
no,
into the
Faith's
rest of
right
it?
after that.
Okay. So yeah, would you like to
But
summarize that? I feel like
no, we're skipping something very important. Okay, so Bram walks them home. Whatever. They go back to the cottage, and
oh right.
Faith comes up, goes and talks to Ivy, and says, "Hey, thanks for taking the attention away from me," because her dad was about to talk about Faith's dalliance with Emmett.
Hmm.
Um, and Ivy's like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." And Faith's like, "I misjudged you." And then Marion walks in. Marion walks in and it's like, "Is she saying thanks for the both of us?" And Faith goes, "Oh, darling," very subtle. And Ivy still doesn't notice. Nothing is said about it after that. She's just like, "Oh, okay." Nothing. Not a peep. Not a oh. Not a oh. Not a oh. Like nothing.
This girl can't even figure out her own love life. Trying to figure out a lesbian relationship is beyond her right now. She has too much going on in that poor little brain of hers.
Like that's it. It's Faith says very subtle, darling. Faith rolls her eyes and closes the door behind her. End scene. And then the next scene is the headline of Lord Trummer's only daughter dead at 18, body pulled from the Thames this morning at dawn.
Greer.
Greer's dead.
Yeah, Greer's dead, supposedly.
Supposedly. Allegedly.
Supposedly.
So Greer's dead. Supposedly. Although I don't know how they would have this is all within one day, so it's not like her body would have been unrecognizable. So if they literally pulled her body from the river, they would have known it was her.
My guess is the queen probably had a meeting with her, told her, "You've embarrassed this whole family by being a whore while under my roof. I need you to run far, far away, and I'm going to pretend like you don't exist. So I'm going to make up your death." Something like that.
I feel like the queen's not that generous. I think the mom killed her.
Or maybe Greer, like, paid someone to say, because she's had enough nice jewelry and fine clothes, she could have sold it and said, "Here, put it that I died in the papers, please."
Possibly. That is possible. So sorry. So the last time we see Greer is when she's running away from the party. She's mad. She's just been outed as a hoe and with a stable boy. And she runs away, but her family is still there. So my thinking is she instantly goes to the stable boy. And either her mom finds her with a stable boy and legitimately kills Greer, or they've run away. We
I
can't
think they've run away.
I
I'm really hoping they've run away,
I
because
hope they
that's
run
only, like,
away.
the only pure romance that is going on in this book right now.
I don't think the queen killed her. I don't think the queen cares. She's entertained by this.
That's true.
And why would you kill somebody that you could continue to torture with that for the rest of your life for kicks and giggles? Like, it makes no sense for the
She's
queen to kill her.
absolutely killed people for less, though.
I mean, yeah, but if you kill him, the fun's over. This is a habitual torturer person. Like,
That's true.
there's no reason for her to kill her. I
This
don't
is
know.
true.
We don't know if Ger's dead. We don't know if Ger's alive. We don't. I don't really care at this point.
So let's explain why we have hope, though.
So they find out Ger's dead.
And who does Ivy run to? Emmett.
Emmett. So
And
we
she
go and
tries.
talk to Emmett,
Yeah.
and then we get this genius idea. Like, I don't know, we could have done when you could have just showed him your hands and not said a word that you have cuts all over your hands. She says, "Go get Faith." And he's like, "Why?" And she's like, "Shut up, go get Faith." And so they bring Faith here, and her brilliant idea is, I can't tell Emmett, but I can talk to Faith in front of Emmett about what happened. So they talk about everything that's happened and then tell him, "Oh yeah, by the way, Gru's dead."
And, like, they're convinced the queen's killed her, which solid-ish logic if you don't really understand what's going on, but
I listen, if you're gonna make a villain, you gotta make me hate the villain. I'm on the queen's side. These humans are stupid and petty and annoying. Okay, I don't have enough sympathy for the humans. I'm on the queen's side. I don't care about the humans. They're all dumb. And they're hurting Bram, which is making me mad. They're making me mad.
Graham
Okay.
doesn't even know yet. But
Bram
anyways,
doesn't even know. It gets worse. It gets worse.
no, Emmett does the nice thing of like, okay, now that I know, I will make sure that Bram ends this because Bram won't tolerate this.
He goes and tells Bram everything. Yep. We go to the queen next. So the queen calls all the girls together because Bram told her,
There is a
"Hey,
whole.
I know what you're doing. Stop it." And it's such a small, it's literally like half a page. It's a page. And she says, my son, she's like, "I thought we agreed not to talk about this, ladies. It's supposed to be secret." And she goes, "You are in trouble."
And
I
then
can't
she
remember
goes,
what
well,
she threatens him with.
it's not even technically a threat. It's we.
Oh, this is great. I like this. This is hilarious on the queen's part. Here, let me read it to you. You need to know these things. Sorry, did I just throw that at you? She says, "Today my son came to me and insisted I put an end to our lessons. He's got such a soft heart, that boy. He doesn't share my revulsion for having a group of snotty little aristocrats making demands. While we may disagree on this, it simply isn't worth the trouble. I'll do better next time with the next batch. 50 years passes by so quickly." I love it.
You freaking mayflies! You think you're important?
I love it. They keep forgetting that the Fae are immortal. Like, what? This means nothing. You do realize that whoever even marries Bram, you're going to grow old and die, and he's going to marry somebody else. But yeah, anyhow, the queen goes on, says, "Your season is coming to an early end. Without any more lessons, I see no reason to prolong it. Bram will propose at the Kendall's ball Saturday evening."
I'll let you know who won soon, I guess.
So then Ivy runs away and goes and tries to find the stable boy to see if he's dead.
Yeah, we're going to Greer's property and to verify what's actually happening because everything that's happening is too much to believe right now
Mhm.
without seeing it with our own eyes.
Yeah. But she doesn't go to talk to Greer's parents. She knows she's not going to get the truth out of them, and she knows they're not going to care if she's dead.
Yeah,
One of the girls asks, I don't remember which one.
but no, but everyone follows her one
Yeah.
by one. They're like, well,
All the girls go together.
They
So
can't.
that's a real nice bonding experience for us.
Like they can't kill us all. One of us has to marry Bram at this point, which is very stupid logic.
It's such a stupid sentiment to say right after the queen just said, "Yeah, you're completely disposable." Like,
Stupid.
stupid. So, but okay, so
they're all having their little party, going to see if Greer's alive.
Yeah, and Stable Boy is not there.
And most of his stuff is gone. So we have come to the conclusion that there's a possibility they ran away. And are living happily ever after somewhere is what we're hoping. But we don't know. Honestly, I feel like something's going to happen in the next 5 chapters and we get that hope ripped away because we find Greer's dead body or something.
I mean, can we not go see the body? Where's the body?
I feel like back then, one, they probably don't. Well, with magic you do, but I highly doubt the Queen's going to waste her magic. So I doubt they have quite the same preservatives as we did to do like an open casket. 2, body would be bloated by the river.
It wasn't in there that long.
You don't know.
It was only in there for a couple hours. And it said the body was pulled from the Thames. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They make it sound like they were dredging the Thames and they pulled her up. I'm like, and you just happened to find the girl that went and killed herself that day. Whatever. Attention to detail is not really our strong suit here. But Greer, water, we think she might be alive, and run off with the boy.
Yeah, so they all go back like, now we have hope. Woohoo!
Yay!
And then the part I feel like we've been trying to talk about this entire section. Faith chapter. Woohoo!
Oh, well, yeah, hold on.
Oh, am I? Am I still running ahead?
Oh, you said it, and then we kind of skipped over it. Bram goes to go comfort Ivy, and they start making out.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And
he's like, I'd do anything for you, Ivy.
Bram pretty much confesses his love for Ivy. He's like, I'm so sorry, your friend's gone. And she's like, oh, he's really kissing me, but all I can think about is Emmett. I'm sorry, but if you're making out with somebody and you're thinking about another person,
probably shouldn't be making out with that
probably
person.
shouldn't be making out with that person. So we go back to the cottage and talk to Lottie, and she's like, oh, Emmett. Ivy says, oh, Emmett, I didn't see Emmett tonight. And Lottie goes, oh yeah, he's gone.
He didn't tell you?
He didn't tell you? He left Faith a note.
His dad's gone too, by the way, just in case you're curious. Nobody asked, but just in case you're curious.
Just in case, which makes no sense.
Because he also told Faith that he was leaving, but didn't tell.
Well, Lottie
says, figure it out that he's in love with you. He can't even think to communicate with you because it hurts him so much because he's so convinced you're going to win.
And then we don't. She says they leave Faith a note. And she doesn't immediately run to Faith's room and say, what's happening? No, we just go into Faith's POV, which goes way back to the beginning about stuff that we should have known for a long time.
Yeah, all of this should have been like the first, within 10 chapters.
After Faith's POV, it just says it's past midnight and I'm woken up. We didn't talk to Faith about the note about where Emmett is. It's like, oh, well, forget him. Okay.
Honestly, all of that could have been left out.
It's in the wrong spot. Yeah.
Anyways, that's going to make me mad. Anyway, we're going to go through Faith.
Let's go talk about Faith.
Faith, I honestly liked this chapter.
I like Faith.
I like Faith.
Yeah.
Faith in this chapter is very well developed, head on her shoulders character with a little bit, just enough sadness mixed in to actually make you feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's a really well written chapter. I would read that book. So we start off when she's little.
Yep.
They lived in the boarding house. She always knew that her family was a little bit different because it was just her and her mom.
Mm-hmm.
No house, no other kids, no dad. Something's wrong. She just doesn't know what it is. She's woken up and we don't know what time of day it is.
Faith's mom has told her that her dad was a sailor and died at sea. And she's woken up as a kid. There's a dude yelling at her mom, and she goes to go comfort her mom. And the dude's like, I just wanted to see my daughter. And so Faith's like, oh, you're not dead?
Which she's like 4 or 5 at this point.
Yeah,
like she's a toddler kind of thing. For her to be able to figure that out at so quickly at a young age,
mm-hmm.
It's very impressive, honestly. Faith is smart.
Yeah.
Faith just didn't have the support.
You know what's not smart and doesn't make any sense about this chapter at all? Is why the dad would randomly decide. So they say she was a maid in the dude's household. She instantly got kicked out after she told him that he was pregnant. He hasn't paid for anything. He has no connection to these people at all other than a pregnant single lady's word. He could have gotten away with it. He could have never seen them again. But no, he goes and finds her.
I feel like he's like almost like he changes his mind. Is my guess. This is my guess, my theory. He like changed his mind and been like, yeah, you know what? I'm kind of ready to start a family now, and like maybe I should just reconcile with my past a little bit. Like go look at this child and see if she's worth
Because
anything.
he does like a my daughter, my daughter. You don't even know this kid. And you wanted nothing to do with them, and now all of a sudden you do? It makes no sense.
Yeah, mom tries to play it off as just like, yeah, that was your dad. I'm so sorry. I guess I didn't tell you. I'm pathetic.
Oops.
And what we find out that Faith's like very different from her mother because her first thought is like, I should go burn his freaking house down,
Yeah.
which is valid.
Well, and then it kind of like he doesn't see her after that. He says he wants to, but he doesn't. And then Faith's mom gets sick.
Hmm.
Faith's mom
Well,
dies.
well,
Oh,
hold on, because we had to interrupt our career for that. So she grows up, gets
oh, right, right,
obsessed
right.
with ballet, goes to ballet school,
Mm-hmm.
talks about how she loves the discipline of it, the structure, and the
Mm-hmm.
feeling of being on stage is just like the most beautiful thing she's ever felt.
Mm-hmm.
Had to take a break for like I think 6 months to nurse
Dying mother
her dying mother,
who's coughing up blood.
who's coughing up blood, something not really great, something very terrible to watch your mother go through.
Yeah.
Mother dies then, and
Mhm.
she even goes to the point of like, yeah, my mom wouldn't have even had a gravestone if it wasn't for Emmett, but that's later, I guess. But like, Dad's not
It's close
involved at all.
enough.
He wouldn't pay for it. Like, he's still not involved at this point.
Yeah.
So what the heck, dude? Honestly, I feel like he needs better management. Like, he needs a PR person. I
Who?
think that the dad,
His dad?
because he could have gotten away with all this, and instead
Yeah.
he essentially made problems for himself by
He
even getting involved.
100% made problems for himself.
Or
And
he just could have just paid off the mom.
it's literally just in there so we can get Faith into the scene of the book. That's the only reason this is here. The actions of the dad make no sense. It's plot manipulation at its finest. That's the only reason this happens.
But no, we go back to school, start being the star of the show. Most of that's pretty simple. She's just depressed out of her mind.
She meets Emmett the first show back after her mom dies, and
Yeah.
he's standing there with roses, and she starts making out with him. So they went real fast.
Yeah, because they're both just sad individuals who just need somebody to be there. They're not
Yeah.
even in love. They're not in love.
They both acknowledge that this is just a fling. Like, we're just here to vent.
I don't even know if it's like a fling. It's like friends with benefits.
Pretty much.
This is straight up friends with
I
benefits.
would consider that a fling.
I feel like a fling is somebody that you don't really
just
plan on
once,
talking
one night
to.
stand.
Not even a one, like maybe like you play with them for like a month and then. I only attract long-term relationships, so I don't really know. Haven't really had a fling. You definitely
had more relationships than I had.
They're all.
I have one.
I know. I feel like a fling is like a very short-term thing. This is spans at least a year at a minimum.
I mean, they become good friends. She says it wasn't all about sex. Like, we more often than not would just sit and talk to each other because they didn't have anybody to talk to.
And she acknowledges like Emmett's walls were so high, like she wasn't even going to try to climb over those. He can tell her what he can say what he wants and she will be there for him, but he's not going to try to knock those walls down.
I think that's not my problem, dude.
Not my problem.
Which we completely agree with. It is not your job to fix your man's problems.
100%.
Yeah, don't try.
I will come fight you if you do. Been there, done that. Not fun.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't be me. I suck. Don't be me. Don't do it. Anyways.
Anywho, thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
We should do a relationship advice one after this.
I feel like this whole book is relationship advice for us because we're like, don't do what this chick does.
But it gets to the point to where Faith and him have this relationship, starts getting around the ton. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Dad's reputation's getting ruined.
Which again doesn't make sense and is plot manipulation.
Yeah.
Look up the definition if you don't know what it is. It's rude and bad storytelling.
But Dad gets mad. And you know what? You know what really makes me mad? You know what really grinds my gears?
Tell me.
He has enough money to buy out the ballet. He could have sent them so far away and given them a new identity and
Yeah.
never had this problem.
No, that's what I'm telling you. See, this is what plot manipulation does. It makes everybody really mad. So the dad comes to the ballet and says, "Get your act together. You're quitting the ballet. You're going to be a respectable lady of the
Not
time."
even you're quitting. I'm firing you. I bought this. I'm firing you.
Yeah.
And we're going to manipulate her a little further. Bring his new family in because
So he's married and has 2 young children, which are presumably the 2 young children that were cheering Faith on because she gets to know them, and this is very recent. But so that again, he goes in there and says, "You're gonna do this. You don't have a choice. I have bought the entire ballet company that you work for," which also doesn't make sense because she dances for the Royal Ballet. You cannot buy the Royal Ballet. It's owned by the Queen, dummy.
even then, why didn't we go to Emmett? Just go to Emmett. Have him buy back the ballet.
I mean, she does go to Emmett.
He could have bought it. And all of this would have been fine. I'm so mad about
All
this.
Emmett would have had to have done is tell Bram, "Hey, this jerkwad over here is doing this. Make it stop." Like, make it stop. Say, "I want her specifically to be on the ballet. It's the Royal Ballet that she dances for, and you can't fire somebody I like because I am a royal."
Yeah.
It would have been solved 2 seconds.
It just shows how little really honestly, it shows how little Emmett truly he cared about her, but not about that much. Because if he runs to Bram about everything, and then his freaking side piece gets kicked out of her entire life. And then, to the point where she's like, going to be forced to marry off to the other man. Please, for the love of God, we're friends. Marry me.
Yeah, so once her dad tells her that and says, I don't, and the dad's threat doesn't make any sense. He's like, "Your sisters are going to want to get to know you. These 2 girls that you didn't know existed."
That is just straight up manipulation because he knows that she has no family, and that's going to be a tempting offer whenever everything else in her entire life is being ripped from her.
But why would she care about 2 people she's never met?
Because
did
he
not know
literally just
existed?
ripped everything else out from underneath her. And honestly, he probably saw the look on her face because she's still going like, "Oh my God, they look like me. Oh my God." So I'm assuming this is showing on her face.
If they look like her, then they are resembling the dad's features. So why would we want to get to know them?
Because she
Faith's
has no
just more
as someone who
tender-hearted.
has no family, you're going to be tempted.
Eyes the same.
Anyways,
But anyway, so she runs straight to Emmett and says, "Marry me." And Emmett's like, "What?" And then we learn more stuff about Emmett. Apparently, he's a hopeless romantic in Faith's point of view. And she's like, "Yeah, I always wished he was a little more serious. That's why we're not really together because he's a romantic and I'm not." And I mean, Emmett says, "No, we're not getting married. Why would we do that?"
and then turns around after he finds out about everything and being like, "Oh, by the way, you should I don't
"You should
know,
date my brother."
you should marry my brother. Solve your problems, solve my problems. That'd be great."
Yeah. So he
To
starts training
abandon her.
her.
What a jerk.
Emmett is so cringe.
So cringe.
I don't like him.
No.
I don't like him. First of all, he's not focused at all. And
As
he has
somebody who's been planning so long to be able to do this,
exactly.
because he's been planning for the sake of the kingdom, the sake of the father-son relationship, for the sake of Bram.
Mhm.
He's been planning this. And all this goes out the door because the one girl who doesn't want him at first is
She paid attention to me. Again, if Emmett and Bram are so close, why doesn't Emmett ask these questions? Especially after Bram finds out that his mother has been torturing the woman he proclaims to love. We still haven't told Bram the plan to get rid of his mom
I
or
think
even asked if it's a possibility.
well, I feel like part of that's gonna be is that Bram can't lie. So, like, if he gets, like, truth magicked, like I said, nobody can lie on a truth magic, but you kinda get what I'm saying, like, if he gets interrogated or something, he can't lie about or, like, fib at all. But anywho,
I mean,
her deal, her bargain, which I honestly, I love her bargain.
I like her bargain.
I like her bargain. I truly respect it. And
Yep.
I know when someone's lying to me in exchange for I can't lie.
Yep.
Which the queen loved, by the way. The queen very, very much admired, or was at least entertained by this little bargain.
I have a feeling that that little lie detector thing is going to come into play later and we can figure out the fake and lie. I don't know why we're taking this on pure good faith. Like, what, why? Why? I don't understand.
But flirty Marion, she's like, I can't lie anyways. I might as well tell her everything and talk about their whole bonding process and why she loves Marion so much. She loves Marion because she's everything Emmett's not. Talk about how they kissed for the first time, and hence the whole scene where freaking Ivy catches them kissing,
Yeah.
where she's like, I don't know if this is real or not. It's like too good to be true. Like butterflies? OMG, butterflies. Then after that scene where they kissed, she just feels sad for him because honestly, she's rooting for Ivy and Emmett to be together.
Yeah, she kind of points out, oh, I, thought y'all make a good couple.
Yeah. But he's not lying whenever he says that he doesn't believe they'll ever be together. Which is because her little ding 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 go off.
He's literally blocking himself. Like,
I find this part so cute.
okay.
So cute. So essentially, Faith and Marion are having this little talk because Faith's like, by the way, why are you pretending like you never met me?
Oh yeah, talk about random information that we didn't know. Marion's like, huh?
The heck you talking
Marion's
about?
just as confused as we are.
Yeah, just straight up like, we haven't met. What are you talking about? And Faith's like,
Basic, yeah, we have.
yeah. Apparently they met at the ballet, and Marion like fell in love at first sight, and to the point she gave her like one of her necklaces,
Mm-hmm.
which Faith then wore in front of Marion.
To
Which
the selection thing.
this part makes me mad. She should have recognized her there and said something.
That's what I'm telling you. We didn't know this information. It's very pertinent.
Like it would almost make more sense. Like, why are you now pretending like that first didn't happen? Because like you recognized me before the pact. What happened?
Yeah.
And this is so sweet. Marion's bargain, which we now find out is actually she lied originally. So hers was for writing talent. She gave up her happiest memory, which doesn't really make sense, but it's really sweet.
Faith.
Meeting Faith. So she forgot, and they're like, it's so sweet. Like in the bed and like whatever. That's what pack race you're going to do.
And then she kind of goes into their plan of
Run far.
we're gonna
far
run away if we lose, or we're gonna be old spinsters together and no one will ever know.
Oh, they're all packing up because Queen Moore is like, yeah, so y'all might as well pack up because one way or another y'all are gone tomorrow. Which is fine. That's whatever. And then Faith gets waking up and taken possibly first. We don't really know. But we go back to Ivy. Ivy gets shooken by the footmen and woke up to leave in her nightgown to be taken to the queen. Everyone's already gone at this
Again,
point.
we're in our nightgowns, being dragged around the castle out in public in our sheer lace nightgowns.
Yeah. Not leaving much of the imagination there, hun.
That comes into play later.
Our most hated part of anything we've read so far.
I want to quit. I don't want to read it anymore.
We have one more week.
I want to go home. There's nothing in my home.
Anyway, she follows. The queen is like just sitting there perfectly done up at freaking midnight. Well, past midnight, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really a very short encounter of Ivy trying to play nice and being like, yeah, I love you.
You
too,
lose.
mother-in-law. And Queen's like, get out of here.
You lose. Get out.
Get out.
What was that show? The Apprentice. You're fired. You're fired.
Oh, goodness. So they start taking her away. She's like, all your stuff's already being packed up. All you gotta do is go home. Congratulations.
Hmm.
What does Ivy not do? Go home.
Ivy runs away again. Completely irrelevant part other than what I just thought of. She mentions like being brought to the queen by the people, and she mentions the guards' hands like they're turning into zombies. Completely irrelevant, disgusting, and not matching the tone of the book at
I
all,
think
but
I feel like it's a relevant point because how do I put it?
because we know that the footmen, the people they're immortal,
They are immortal,
but they have to serve the queen.
but
They didn't
something
mention that
about
about the other guy.
he wasn't. He wasn't like that. So he's doing something different, or he had a very different bargain.
Maybe.
He had a very different bargain, which kind of let him keep like his youth to him.
Yeah, like she says, their hands are mottled and like they're rotting.
Yeah.
Basically, like the human body was not meant to live for forever, so they're starting to die.
Not even starting to die, just starting to.
They're decaying. They're gonna be walking skeletons. What's going on?
No, that'd be
know.
very
It was
interesting.
completely irrelevant, and it's nothing. And I doubt we're gonna figure anything else more out about it. But yeah, Ivy says, "I'm gonna throw up," and runs away.
Well,
And
this girl must be freaking fast.
And who do we run to? Not Emmett, because we think Emmett's gone, but we go to Emmett's room.
Well, guess who's there?
Guess who's here? So
Hold on, I need to brace myself.
no, this had a chance for a shining, brilliant, wonderful plot point that would have been like dun dun dun. But no, we chose the worst possible option for this. And it's not even what happens between them, it's what happens 10 seconds later. So she goes to Emmett's room, thinking it's going to be empty. She just wants to be in his presence. And who's in bed, waking up all sleepy. Who's in my room? And she goes, "Oh, Emmett, let's have sex."
She does just say that she lost.
There's a little more talking between that, but it's completely irrelevant.
Yeah, I'll give her the benefit on that. She's like, I lost. And he's like slowly pulling her in, and she just doesn't say no for the most part. Very much wants it, doesn't say no.
100%.
And we have a very short, sweet to the point little sex scene of her
It was not sweet
discovery.
in any way. It was gross.
I mean, I was talking like short and sweet, like to the point of like, oh, wada bang, bada boom. I probably shouldn't be doing this.
But the whole time this is happening, I was waiting for it to be like for Emmett to suddenly transform into Bram or like a cloaking spell.
Ask you about that. You texted me that, and I don't understand why you would assume that Bram slept as Emmett.
Well, then it kept going, and then I was like, wait a second, this is going a little too far. Or being the queen.
Oh my god, that would have been so good.
Because listen, it doesn't make any sense that the queen is in the room, Ivy runs away, and nobody catches Ivy. I thought they had followed her there, and to see the first thing she was going to do after she told she was lost. Because I'm sitting here thinking the queen's telling everybody they lost just to see what happens. And they would have followed her, like, oh, that's where you went. Because Emmett's supposed to be gone. Without a trace, him and his dad are gone. Either that or Lottie's lying because we didn't investigate him being gone at all. We haven't talked to Faith. The only thing we heard was, oh, he wasn't at dinner. And then, oh, now he's gone.
And now
In my brain, I'm going, how did he magically come back? I believe Lottie, he's gone. How is he back? In his bed. It didn't, it's...
You ready for it to get worse, though?
Because Lottie specifically says he took enough clothes and stuff to be gone for months.
Poor Footman. Dragged all that out there just to drag it all back.
You would have thought somebody would have said something. But no. Anyway.
And it gets worse.
We have sex with Emmett. And then 2 seconds. We didn't even have time to snuggle after. 2 seconds after we do that, she's like, well, gotta go see Bram. Bye.
And I would like to point out, like, Emmett's like suggesting giving up on the idea. He said, "I will love you forever.
Yeah, Emmett's
You're
like, we
my
could
one
run
and
away together.
only. I will take care of you. I don't even care that we can't get married. You are my one and only. Let's run away together.
Yep.
Forget all of this and run away together."
Which they should do because they keep forgetting about the plot in the first place every single time they talk to each other. But no, now she has a moral compass. This is, no, we have to save the world. The world. No.
And then he proceeds to tell her where Bram's room is. Doesn't go to bathe or anything. And I swear to God, if she gets pregnant from this, and we have to go through a whole hide my pregnancy trope or have sex with Bram right now trope.
That was my first thought when she said, well, I have to go elope with Bran now, just in case. I'm like, what, are you pregnant? So, yeah, she throws her nightgown back on and goes to Bram
without cleaning up or nothing.
without doing anything. Like, all of this is happening one after another. Like, this all happens in the same night.
Within the same hour.
Yeah. So she goes and tells Bram, oh, your mother said I lost. And Bram's like,
that's not fair.
That's not her decision to make. I'm making my own decisions, Mom. Mommy, no. And this woman literally just had sex with your brother, and then she goes and starts making out with Bram to seal the deal. And then Bram says, I love you. And she's like, oh, Faye can't lie. My heart shatters, but I love you too. Bye. Like, let's
I hate
talk
all
about
of this.
This is what these people are, the real villains in this story, not the queen. These people suck. How could you do? That's the only option. You two are the bad guys here.
Honestly, like, even I can almost forgive Emmett at this point, other than just letting her go and do it.
Nope.
At least he was like, let's run away together. Like, that was the right thing to do, was for them to, after they've had sex, for him to take care of her and them to go and be in love somewhere else and leave Bram out of it.
Well, and it's not, no, because it's not even a lie of omission. Bram, straight up, face to face, asked, do you love Ivy? And Emmett goes, no, never. And then he sleeps with her.
Yeah. But at that point, I genuinely believe that he would have ran away with her, and it all would have been fine.
That's besides the point. These people do not deserve a happy ending because they suck. They are the villains in this story, and they're supposed to be the main characters, and they should be murdered by the queen. Happy ending. Snap that. Good.
Anyways. So he agrees to elope, sadly.
Yeah, Bram's so enthralled with this girl that he agrees to elope and defy his all-powerful mother and go run away with her.
Because really, let's be honest here. Who is going to marry these people? Who is going to marry these people?
Yeah, I don't know what power Bram thinks he has over there. Like, even if they go to Gretna Green, they're not going to marry the crown fae prince to some random chick without the queen's approval. You cannot run away. That's the whole plot to this, is you cannot leave England.
You can leave, you can't come back.
You can't come back. You can't.
We hate all of this.
All of this.
Let's make it worse, though.
Let's make it worse. Let's make it worse. But wait, there's more. So Bram says, listen, we'll run away and we'll get married together. Ooh, so exciting. 2 offers of brotherly love run away together in one night.
The only saving grace is if she didn't sleep with him immediately, too. I would have vomited. I would have vomited everywhere.
That would have been awful. Anyhow, Bram tells her to go get her stuff and we'll run away together. So she goes back to her house, like her family's house.
Running down the freaking street in her nightgown.
She doesn't put any clothes on.
I hate all of this. I hate it. I hate it.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Anyhow, so she runs to her family's house and starts to pack stuff up. Which again, this girl is running all over England completely unsupervised. There's nobody out and about. None of the guards of the palace. How did she get out of the palace to her house, which is a long ways away? The girl's barefoot. She got dragged out of bed.
Essentially naked.
Pretty much. And she gets into her house with nobody noticing. She's packing furiously in her bedroom. Nobody notices. And then she's throwing all her stuff in a suitcase. She gets her boots that are still muddy from the thing, which is completely irrelevant. And then she goes to grab her hat. I wore a hat just for this. No, I'm just kidding. I wore a hat because my hair's look ridiculous. Um, and
All
she
these,
pulls on the hat. The hat doesn't come out. And she pulls harder, and there's a bunch of papers tied to the ribbon. So she pulls it out, and all the papers go flying everywhere.
which also doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Sorry, let's explain, I guess, what it is, but
So the papers go flying everywhere. She starts looking at the papers, and they are extremely accurate. So there's like 100 of these things. Drawings of Bram, of his face, like close-ups of his face, of his hands, of him
lips,
under
eyes,
trees, lips, everything. And then Lydia walks into the room. Oh, you found my stuff.
But she hid in her sister's room. Like, what the heck?
Well, I would assume nobody's in there.
Irrelevant. Why don't you keep it in your own room?
People might be looking in her room. I don't know.
We don't.
It kind of makes it sound like she has only been drawing these since the season started,
like
and then hiding them in Ivy's room.
Which, with the weird interest that Bram has in her, just something's going to play out there. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. I don't care to know. I don't. It's weird. And so Ivy goes, "What the heck is this?" And her sister doesn't give a single explanation other than,
I know. We just like ripped away all of this nice little bonding that we just had at the tea party of like clearing the air, and just ripped all of that to shreds. Like,
Ivy's like, and Lydia's still saying, "I'm having weird dreams," and Ivy's like,
and
"These
they're
are
obviously
memories."
not dreams. Yeah. But that doesn't matter for very long because
they're like, "Oh,
we're going to
well,
rip our
okay."
sister's heart and be like, well, by the way, the guy that you're obsessed with, yeah, I'm eloping with. Help me pack.
Pretty much. She's like, "Well, I'm," and then so Lydia walks in. She's kind of like she's like, "Oh, you found my stuff." Not, "Why the heck are you here half naked in the middle of the night?" That's not the pertinent question here. And then she kind of says, "Oh, what are you doing here? Like, you don't live here. Why are you here?" She doesn't even go here. Like,
Oh, I hate all this. Oh, I hate all this.
So then she's like, "Well, you want to help me pack?" With no further explanation about the drawings. Nothing is explained.
No, but Ivy doesn't really have time for that anyways, because she's trying to rush and hurry up and elope.
Basically,
Because Bram might be here any second.
She just straight up tells her sister, "Oh, we're running away together right now." Not that this is a secret or anything. With a sister who you know is susceptible to being truth potioned by the queen. Let's just tell her that. Sure, not a problem. Let's just and then there's a knock at the door.
You just transitioned so quickly. I'm over this. I hate all of this. And we're like, oh yeah, it's Bram. There's no other possibility. It could be anyone else.
Ivy thinks it's Bram. And it's a guard.
Drag her out.
And they drag her back to the palace. And it takes 4 guards to drag her back. She's kicking and screaming the whole way, and they carry her back to the palace. And then they bring her to a room. Again, she's still in her nightdress. Just talked to the queen 30 minutes ago. Depends on how long Emmett kissed her up and down. Is stupid. Anyhow, she goes back to the queen, and the queen's sitting there, cheesing. It's Ivy. I'm so excited. You won! Congratulations!
The end.
That's the end of the chapter.
And I've been mad this whole week that I can't keep reading. I almost did. I just wanted to know what the end of it was.
No, that's where it ends.
Yeah, straight up where it ends. Congratulations, you won. And we go, what?
Yep.
And then I had to live in torture for this week because I'm not patient. I like to read things ahead of time. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna call it quits on that though, because I'm over it and I have nothing else to say.
Like at this point, I don't want to read the second one. If the characters are going to be this bad the whole time, I don't care.
I'm
don't
hoping
care
now that
anymore.
we've gotten some background on everything, I'm hoping it's going to get better in the second book, but we'll see with the fights. I think these last 5 chapters are really going to make and break it if we continue the series. Really, really much. Because neither one of us are going to deal with a cheater trope, and that's essentially what this is coming down to.
It already is. They're cheating. They're cheating. They're cheaters.
Cheater.
I want to know what this little scuzzball
Cheater.
has to say.
You're a cheater.
No, I'm not.
Cheater.
I don't know what he says.
Cheater.
I just know we heard from him.
Cheater.
Not as bad as these two.
Not as bad as those two.
They're cheating. They're cheating. And I want Bram to have enough self-respect to say, screw both of y'all. Goodbye.
I swear to God, he's going to fall in love with Lydia. They're already in love. They've just been like charmed to forget it. I swear to God, if that's how this ends, with Lydia and Bram together, and freaking.
Like at this point, I just want to spark notes the next book and just find out what happens, but I don't want to read it.
Anyways.
Anywho.
To read or not to read? We'll read 5 more chapters for you guys.
Yep, chapters 31 through 35 to the end of the book. We'll see what happens.
No, I'm not. I've read a lot of things. I can't do cheaters.
No. Especially when the cheaters are the main characters. I don't care about anything about your life if you were cheating. Because they're gonna, if she does get married to Bram, is Emmett gonna go away?
No.
And is he gonna
be
stay
there
in the
forever.
castle? Is he gonna go away? If he goes away, if him and Bram are as close as they make you feel, Bram's gonna be like, hey, I wonder why my brother disappeared when I married Ivy. Huh, it's almost like I knew he had a crush on her and they were together. It's not like that's going to be awkward on your honeymoon talking about, oh yeah, this is a young adult's novel.
There's sex in it already.
There is. Can we just talk about that for a second? Unacceptable. Unacceptable for a book to be labeled YA and have sex in it.
Yeah. Agreed.
You can kiss all you want. You can fade to black all you want. I'm not saying there can't be sex. There's no need to describe it.
No need to describe
You
it.
fade to black in YA.
Yeah.
That's your only option. So stop it.
Agreed.
We went the whole book without that happening. It's almost like she thought, well, I have to put it in there, otherwise people won't read the book. How about you have a good plot and then you won't need a scapegoat sex scene? There you go.
What's the new technical term for young adults? Is it still teenagers, or are we talking 18 to 20 somethings now? What is the age range of young adult books?
12 to 18 is the typical young adult age range.
Shame on you.
Shame.
Is that shame on your publisher?
Shame on your publisher. That's definitely true.
Shame on your publisher. Shame on Barnes and Noble for putting it in young adults.
Yep. Shame.
Shame. Because it's not even. I've read ACOTAR. I've read Throne of Glass. Like all of that. All the smut. That's fine. I don't mind smut.
Just
fine.
don't label it young adult.
Don't label it young adult.
What's wrong with labeling it a book adult?
Although Throne of Glass, I wonder if that's got me.
I think they are.
Are they Throne of? Ooh, our world.
I know what Court of Thorns and Roses is.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
Is Throne of Glass a young adult's book? Generally appropriate for ages between 14 to 16?
14 to 16? That is disgusting.
The first book, I would agree. The rest of the books, I would
No.
not let my children read.
No.
Maybe after 16, like with supervised.
What happened to young
Maybe.
adults being Harry Potter? Like,
Percy
seriously?
Jackson. Percy Jackson was great.
Harry Potter. The Hunger Games. Those are young
'Cause
adults books.
I would like for everyone to know, we picked out this book because we didn't want a smut book.
Yeah.
On our podcast from the young adults section, which I guess we on us, we should have researched to see if there was a smexy scene in there. Young adults section is no longer young adults. Watch your kids, y'all, if you have kids.
Definitely watch your kids. I doubt a lot of children will be watching this podcast, but if you are an adult watching this podcast and want to recommend this to a child or a niece or something,
please don't.
Don't. Anywho.
I've already said bye like twice. I said we just cut it.
Next week on To Read or Not to Read, we'll be reading chapters 31 through 35, which is just the end. Is there an epilogue? I didn't look. If there is, read an epilogue. I didn't look, but
we'll tell you next week.
We'll tell you when we read it.
See y'all.
Bye.